Hi tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Your Truth, and I have a bit of a fun video today. I've been watching some people on Facebook and different groups just talk about their Dark Mansion Tarot, so receiving their Dark Mansion Tarot. This is the first edition, and I did not edge that. That actually came with black cardstock. But one of the things with this deck is that the cards do stick together. You can see them there. So it makes it a bit challenging to shuffle. It is a matte cardstock, both front and back. And I'm not sure why they stick. I don't know if it's like a static or what it is, but it it does make it a little bit more challenging to shuffle. So some people were talking about trying to figure out how to take care of this problem. And there is something out there called, oh my gosh, I have a brain fart right now. I'm totally blanking on fanning powder. That's what it is. So fanning powder you can get from a magician's store or even from Amazon. Now I did look into getting fanning powder, and a couple of things. One is that the ones that were available on Amazon.ca did not have very good reviews. They had pretty poor reviews actually. And secondly, were very expensive. So I was trying to see if I could find a different way of doing it. So that's what I'm going to show you here today, because I have done this with another couple of decks that I found to be sticky and had some pretty good success. The other thing with the fanning powder is that it is a kind of a zinc stearate. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but stearate, zinc stearate. So if you can't find fanning powder, then do look for that. But I'm not 100% sure that that's really safe for people to breathe in. So definitely, if you are going to go that route, by all means, do. Magicians and other card slingers have had some very good reviews with it. Do make sure that you're buying from a reputable place, that you're not just getting baby powder. But if you would like to try something slightly different, and maybe not as bad for your health, potentially. Actually, that's what I was going to say, is that if you are going to go that route of the fanning powder, especially if you don't know exactly where it's coming from and how it's made, then I would also recommend that you get some personal protective equipment. So a mask and possibly some gloves as well. Okay, so what I'm going to use is, let's see if I can get this on camera, pure cornstarch. Hopefully that's in focus. Okay. So this is just a little bottle of cornstarch, and so we're going to use that, and then we're going to use, you can use anything, you can just sprinkle it on. The last time I did this, I just sprinkled some in a bag, put my cards in, and then just gently shuffled them in the bag, and then wiped it all off. That works. What I'm going to use this time is a makeup brush. So this is a pretty soft one, not stiff bristles at all. There are others called kabuki brushes, which you can get as well, that have a much more bulbous head, if I can call it that. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do. I poured a little bit of that, just a little bit of that cornstarch. You do not need very much with this. I put a little bit of the cornstarch into this little lid here. Just need a container, And we're going to see if I can, sorry, this is a different, slightly different setup than I'm used to. Okay. So I've just coated this, put that down, and literally you just and actually I can do, because if you have one that's got too much. So I have about 25 cards laid out here, just on my desk. Again, it's not very much at all. I probably have way too much on some of these first cards, but I haven't used this this brush before, so. So let me know if you've used, have you used fanning powder? Have you used something else? I used pure cornstarch the last time, not the baby. This is the Johnson's, as you saw, but the last time I just used regular cornstarch, actually from my kitchen. And it worked great. I have to say, I'm probably putting way too much on here, but that's okay. 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 So I'm going to set that to the side. And what I'm going to do now is just stack them. So you can do this a few different ways. We could either take them like this and put them again in a Ziploc bag. And then just sort of smush them around. Because what we're doing is we're taking the side that has the baby powder and putting it against the side that does not have the baby powder. So we will get that excess onto the other side. And all I'm going to do actually is just do this, and oh my gosh, it has already made a massive difference. Wow, you can tell, look at that. Those are just single cards that are flying. So I'm going to stack these up just over here for now, and I am going to lay out my next cards. Even just trying to get these off of each other is if I had a bigger space, I would have laid out all of them, but in any case, so I'm going to repeat this process, and I will come back when I'm all done, and I'll show you how I finish it from there. All right, so I've done all of the cards, and let's see if I can get this in here. I did not add, you saw how little there was of the powder, and actually that was still even too much. There's still quite a bit in there, as you can see. So you do not need very much. And like I said, I probably applied way too much as it was. But I'm just gonna grab up all the cards. Sorry, I'm gonna try to do this in frame. But so you could, as I said before, you could just take these now and put them all in a bag. They're just sliding so much better. can't shuffle on camera. Let's even try one of these. Wow, before I could not, so when I did that initial bridge, okay, they would all be clumped together. I don't know if you can see that, sort of. Let's see if I can focus this. There we go. So you can see that there's quite a good distribution there. That would not have happened before. The other thing that would not have happened is that when I push them together, they would take a lot of effort to try to get them together just because they were so sticky. So now all I have to do is deal with the cornstarch that's on the powder, and all I'm going to do is take a cloth, which I forgot to bring with me. Just bear with me for 1 second. And just one by one, wipe them clean. Now, should do this on a clean surface, of course, because I applied the cornstarch on here, so probably not a good idea to put them back down on there. Okay, and that's it. Essentially, you just take them one by one, wipe them off, and don't be surprised if you have to go over some of them a second time to clear some of the starch, because unless you're using a clean cloth for every single one, you may get some additional cornstarch or powder on some of the cards. So, but that is fine. I won't go through every single one, but I can already tell this is so much better than it was before. And that is it. So if you try this, let me know how it goes. I will finish this and then I will show you again how it shuffles when it's completely done. Okay, well, this is going to be an interesting slice of a bunch of videos, but I wanted to show, I know I said I would come back when I was done, but I wanted to show something that just you can tell right away how good this is. And then see, did you see that? That would never have happened. The card just spinning on its own. There would never have happened before, but they're so much slicker now that they have no problems moving against each other. There you go. So anyways, I just wanted to show that because I think that shows just how effective this method is. And so that I don't contaminate, I'm just doing the first side on the pile, so I don't have to worry about contaminating the back again, and then turning it and doing this. I'm using a cloth that actually came for I think this one might be the one that's supposed to be for polishing silver, but I need to wash it anyway, so thought I would use it because it does not have any it's not like a Kleenex or a paper towel or even a cotton dishcloth that you often get some fibers off of, and so it just seems to work best for me in this instance. Okay, well, I have enough cards here to just show you quickly. All right, well, look how much better these shuffle. Not bad, not bad. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful. I'm just not a huge fan of buying expensive things if we can use things that we already have in our own homes. And they're just as effective. I mean, even if you have to reapply periodically, maybe, I don't know. But even if we do have to, it's such a cheap, economical way of doing it. We already have cornstarch. Most of us have cornstarch or baby powder, not talcum powder, at home. And you saw just how very, very little was needed for this entire deck. So I hope that was helpful, and I will link the video. Hopefully I'll remember to. I'll link the original video that I saw where a lady was showing this process with the fanning powder as well, just in case anyone is interested in using the fanning powder. Just like I said, if you are going to be doing that, then I would recommend getting a mask, because even though you're just barely dotting it on the card, it still does get a little bit airborne. Really, I should have used one for this too, but I wasn't too concerned about the cornstarch getting into my lungs. Okay, so that's it. Until next time, my friends, tell your truth.